Hello, this week, as you can see, the Dvar Torah comes from the Kotel Maravi in Yerushalayim. One day I hope that we can all learn Torah here together, instead of in Los Angeles. This Shabbos we read on Shabbos Nachamu, Parshas Veschanan, an exciting parsha, one that discusses so many interesting topics. The first that we open up with is Moshe's tefillah, to be allowed to enter into Eretz Yisrael. It's a heart-wrenching tefillah, one that is ultimately rejected. The Torah goes on to discuss the Ten Commandments. It's a very, very interesting and exciting parsha, one that I suggest on this Shabbos afternoon, you take out your Chumash, look through the ideas, and really spend some quality time learning Torah. You won't be disappointed, I promise. The Torah has two very similar sounding psukim as the parsha opens up. One tells us to guard our life exceedingly by not forgetting what we saw at Har Sinai and being careful to guard all of the commandments. The second pasuk that we have also tells us to guard our lives exceedingly. How so? By not putting an image to Hashem. The two seem to be very different, yet we know that conceptually they have to be similar because both are preceded by the phrase of guarding your life exceedingly. Our challenge is to find out what that conceptual connection is, something that we're going to have to spend a few moments on. The first pasuk telling us not to forget what we saw seems to be a general prohibition, having no specifics to it. Just make sure that we remember exactly what we saw. The second one, though, seems very, very specific, telling us and warning us not to have an image of Hashem. That doesn't mean necessarily an idol and bowing down to the idol. That means that we're thinking about Hashem. And instead of just davening to this idea of Hashem, we have an image, whether it be an old man, whether it be a king on his throne. It's that image that we have that we're forbidden to have. Although the second prohibition, the one of having that image, seems very specific, in truth, it's very general as well. And that is where the conceptual connection between the two psukim lies. If we place an image to Hashem, any image, no matter what it might be, we're really limiting Hashem to that image and to the space that that image takes up, whether it be in our mind or in a physical object. If we limit Hashem, then we're going on a very slippery slope to a lot of danger. Because once we limit Hashem, who knows where that limitation ends? It could very well be in His powers. In which case, why would we dive into Him? Both psukim are coming to tell you that if you forget the mitzvahs, if you forget what you saw at Har Sinai, then the chances are very easily we'll give up the entire Torah. And that same danger applies when we place an image to Hashem. When we sit and we think to ourselves that it could be that Hashem doesn't have that much power. Even if on a conscious level we're not thinking about that right away, it could end up that we have that danger and therefore give up the entire Torah as well. This Shabbos we learn two very important lessons. One, to study Torah and not to forget what we learn. That takes constant review. And the second, when we daven, to try as much as possible not to have an image of Hashem in our minds. Although seemingly a very subtle philosophical point, it's actually a very, very important one. Have a very good Shabbos and an unlimited Shabbos, and one that hopefully we'll all be able to join together at the Kotel Maravi very, very soon.